Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and this one we got a huge Michigan football update here, as we just got a bunch of news thrown right at us. First of all, Michigan is expected to sign Vanderbilt defensive coordinator Jesse Minter, and also Sherrone Moore is expected to be promoted to the offensive coordinator position, and Matt Weiss is expected to be promoted to co-offensive coordinator. We got a lot to talk about in this video, so if you guys are new around here, I greatly appreciate it if you could go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and other than that, let's get right into today's video. Alright, so we're going to start with the defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter. I just think a lot of people would probably want to hear this first. We're going to start with him first, then we'll touch up on Sherrone Moore and Matt Weiss later in the video. And also make sure you guys watch the whole entire video to get caught up on the latest news and updates. So other than that, let's get right into it, and starting with defensive coordinator Jesse Minter. Alright, so Jim Harbaugh is targeting Vanderbilt's defensive coordinator Jesse Minter for the same position in Ann Arbor, source told the Free Press. There's multiple sources coming out now. Minter is 38, and now he was coaching on the Baltimore Ravens with Jim Harbaugh's brother John Harbaugh, and we spent 4 years with the Ravens from 2017 to 2020. He began his time on the Ravens as a defensive assistant before earning a promotion to defensive backs coach in his final season there, and then obviously went to Vanderbilt to be the defensive coordinator last season. He also previously worked as a defensive coordinator for Georgia State and Indiana State, with additional experience at Cincinnati and Notre Dame. Minter actually played 4 years at wide receiver for Mount St. Joseph from 2002 to 2005 before he did become a coach. So obviously a young guy in Harbaugh. Going after these young guys, I think I like it. He's only 38 and he's very young, so seems to have good experience under or as a coach here, so that's definitely key. Now, one of the huge keys is that he will actually run the same system as McDonald did last season. So these players and this team won't have to go through another defensive scheme change this season like they did last season. So that is very cool. And obviously, we wanted a guy, Harbaugh and Michigan wanted a guy that ran the same defensive scheme, and it seemed to work last season. So hopefully, Jesse Minter can follow it up with another great year. Now, fun fact: Michigan almost hired Jesse Minter as a defensive backs coach last winter, before he obviously went to Vanderbilt to take the defensive coordinator job. Now, he is also a pretty dang good recruiter. He was actually named the Sun Belt Recruiter of the Year while at Georgia State twice, and he obviously has experience at both the college and the pro levels, so seems like a good pickup for Harbaugh. And like I said, one of the huge things is that he runs the same defensive scheme as McDonald did, so that is very huge. We talked about Larry Foote, how he would most likely run the 3-4 system like McDonald did this season, so that's why we wanted him. And things, I don't know really what happened with that, but that obviously did not work out. So Michigan now going after Jesse Minter, and we are expected to get him here, so that is definitely cool. And another young guy here coming in, and hopefully we have him for a while and we can succeed under his defense. Should also be a good recruiter here as well, so that is very cool. And he seems like he has a lot of experience, and like I said, just can't stress it enough, the defense will not change. That's awesome for these players, and hopefully he has a great career here at Michigan as a defensive coordinator. Now, it is not official yet, but obviously a lot of sources coming out already say that he is expected to come on to Michigan and be the next defensive coordinator. Obviously, Vanderbilt is not the best team, and obviously it was a tough assignment for Jesse Minter who's obviously looking to repair that program. Vanderbilt finished 2-10 in 2021 while ranking 119th in scoring defense. They had 35.8 points per game, 107th in rushing defense, 193.1 yards per game, 114th in passing defense, 264.3 yards per game, and 118th in total defense, 457.3 yards per game. Obviously, those aren't good numbers, and obviously Vanderbilt is on a way different level than Michigan right now. They're below, so he has definitely a better chance here to succeed here at Michigan. Obviously, on a better note though, obviously Vanderbilt, like I said, way below Michigan standards, especially defensively. But on a good note, Vanderbilt did have a lot of interceptions last season. They were actually near the top of the SEC, so that's a good news, I guess, for you guys. But yeah, he runs a 3-4 system, so it should be fun. And really, this hire was just to pretty much stay in the same defensive scheme. Obviously, it worked against Ohio State, and I feel like this hire is definitely probably the best option for Michigan. Regarding defensive scheme wise, and being able to stop Ohio State in their passing game. We obviously did a way better job this season, so sticking to that defensive scheme should be good. And yeah, so with that being said, now we can talk about Sherrone Moore getting promoted to the offensive coordinator position. This is very cool. And obviously Matt Weiss getting promoted to the co-offensive coordinator position. And Sherrone Moore was obviously the offensive line coach. Now, I don't know if he will still be the offensive line coach. We will see. But he might still be that. But he was also the co-offensive coordinator last season. And Matt Weiss, he was the quarterback's coach. So I expect him probably to stay the quarterback's coach, but just get promoted to co-offensive coordinator as well. So that's really all of that on that situation. And yeah, I will say I did start making this video. I had to make a whole other intro because I was actually making a video just for the defensive coordinator, Minter. So, and then obviously Sherrone Moore and Matt Weiss news came out, so kind of just said, you know what, let's just put it all in one video. So that's why this video might be all over the place, so sorry about that. But we're gonna go back to Minter actually, and just talk about his stats at Georgia State in 2015. Georgia State had the biggest scoring defense turnaround at the FBS level, allowing 15 fewer points per game than in 2014. And then the defense also improved by 122.3 fewer total yards per game allowed. And the Georgia State actually finished top 4 in the Sun Belt in scoring. In scoring defense, 28.3 points per game, total defense 405.6 yards per game, rushing defense 181.4 yards per game, and pass efficiency defense 120.3. Minter was also nominated for the 2015 Broyles Award, given the best assistant coach in college football. Obviously, Josh Gaddis just won that. And actually just has become official that Michigan will hire Jesse Minter as their defensive coordinator, so that's very cool. And that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. I know it was all over the place, so I'm sorry about that. A lot of news just got thrown at us. Sherrone Moore getting promoted to the offensive coordinator position, Matt Weiss getting promoted to co-offensive coordinator. Now Sherrone Moore, we'll see if he is still the offensive line coach. We will see. That is a big task, but we will see about that, what happens there. And then I'm guessing Matt Weiss will probably still be the quarterback's coach as well. And then obviously we got Jesse Minter now as the defensive coordinator. Now he hasn't been selected as a position coach yet either, so that might still come out later. We will see, but he is our next defensive coordinator. So that's all the news you guys need to know about Michigan, all the Michigan coaching changes here today. Like I said, all this news got thrown at us literally like 30 minutes ago as I'm making this video. So hope you guys enjoyed this one though. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe for more, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys in the next video. Peace.